Thanks for your time, Doctor. Great to see you. So we've heard some theories connecting COVID to vitamin D before. Does this study from Israel offer anything new?
I don't think it changes too much overall. We know that there is other studies that show a link between low vitamin D levels and severe COVID. It's also important to remember that people that have low vitamin D, that group kind of overlaps in many ways with the higher risk for COVID group. It's older age, some of the immunosuppressive medications. And we really haven't seen any clear evidence that replacing vitamin D or taking vitamin D supplementation would lower one's risk at this point. So, it's New England, it's wintertime. A lot of us probably have vitamin D deficiency. Talk to your doctor if you're concerned about it, but nothing really related to COVID that I would say you should be taking vitamin D for that.
So maybe a correlation, not causal. Meantime, okay, so you're not suggesting it, but people may hear this and still think, maybe I should just take vitamin D. So what's your advice?
At this point, I wouldn't take vitamin D supplementation just to lower your COVID risk, or if you get a COVID diagnosis. I would encourage you to get osteoporosis screening and vitamin D levels checked if you're concerned about that. I think that's relevant for many people in this area of the country at this time of year anyway, but not for COVID purposes.
Doctor, let's get to some of the questions from our viewers. And the first one is from Mark. And Mark asks, are there any products that protect pets from getting COVID?
Well, I'm not a veterinarian, but I haven't heard of anything specifically that's FDA cleared or that's on the market to lower a pet's risk of COVID. I will say, compared to where we were a month ago, there was about 10 times more COVID around Massachusetts than there is today. And so all of the things that we humans do to protect ourselves from COVID are lowering a pet's risk quite a bit right now as well. So risk is going down.
They just won't keep those masks on. Okay, so here's another one. This one comes from our viewer, Vishal. Is there a COVID test for children? And I imagine kind of a specific child-friendly test our viewer is asking about.
Yeah, so many of the at-home tests are nasal swabs rather than nasopharyngeal, the deep swabs. And those can be used in children even under 2, although many of the package inserts discourage using it under 2. That's primarily because the test wasn't studied in kids under 2, but the test is detecting a virus, nothing specific to humans, and it works perfectly well if you can get a decent sample. That being said, getting a decent sample from a toddler or somebody under 2 can be challenging, and you can increase the sensitivity there by doing multiple tests, doing one the day after or 2 days after the first test.
Dr. Hollenbeck, thank you so much for your time. It's great to see you.
Great to see you too.
Take care.
Thanks, Doctor.